You think it's just your boss. But it's not. It's someone who slowly crushes your confidence, isolates you, and takes control over every part of your life, until you're no longer yourself. This is my story of surviving a narcissistic nightmare and reclaiming my power. Before dive into the story, subscribe for your unforgettable stories. My name is Jason, 29 years old, living in Chicago. When I first joined Brightwave Marketing, I was full of hope and excitement. I thought this was the career breakthrough I had been waiting for. But soon enough, I met Karen, my boss. And trust me, she wasn't what I expected. Karen wasn't just a tough manager, she was manipulative and controlling in ways I had never experienced. The first sign came during a team meeting when I confidently presented a campaign idea. She interrupted sharply. "Jason, this sounds amateurish. Are you sure you understand what the client wants?" The room fell silent. I could feel my face burning with embarrassment. When I tried to explain, she cut me off and turned to a colleague for help. I felt exposed, like I was on trial. In the following weeks, the situation worsened. One late afternoon, while I was finishing a proposal, Karen appeared at my desk unexpectedly. "Jason, why aren't you at the client dinner? Don't you care about your job?" she asked coldly. "I'm finishing the proposal, it's due tomorrow," I replied. Her smirk made me feel even smaller. "Sounds like you don't want to network or grow here." At the office party, things took a darker turn. Karen, a bit tipsy, loudly mocked my public speaking skills in front of everyone. "Remember that client pitch? It was like watching a toddler trying to talk business," she laughed. Everyone chuckled. I wanted to disappear. One coworker whispered, "Don't take it personally, Karen's like that with everyone." But she wasn't like that with everyone, only me. Rumors started spreading. I overheard Karen telling another colleague, "Jason's work ethic is questionable. I don't think he's cut out for this." When I confronted her, she pretended innocence. "I'm just concerned about the team's performance." But inside, I was burning. Emails came next. Every small mistake I made was forwarded to the whole department with Karen's harsh comments. Humiliation became my daily bread. At home, I felt exhausted but tried to stay positive. My best friend Ma said, "Jason, you deserve better. Don't let her get to you." But Karen's control was bleeding into my personal life. One weekend, she texted, "Why didn't you reply? You should be more available." It felt invasive, like she owned a piece of me. One night, I confessed to Emma, "I feel like I'm losing myself." She said, "Maybe you need to talk to HR." I hesitated. What if things got worse? This was just the beginning of my battle, a toxic dance of power and control. The office had become a battlefield. Karen's passive-aggressive digs and sharp words were daily weapons. One afternoon, I was deep into preparing a client proposal when Karen stormed over with a file, her face cold and ruthless. "Jason, this report is full of errors. The client is furious. You embarrassed the company," she snapped. I double-checked everything. I tried to defend myself. "Reality is what I say it is. Your work is unreliable," she shot back. Humiliated in front of my colleagues, I felt isolated. At the company party, she ignored me completely, leaving me feeling invisible. I overheard her telling the team, "Jason isn't up to the mark. He needs a lot of training." One day, I confronted her about the rumors. She brushed me off with, "I'm just concerned." But behind the scenes, she was systematically undermining my reputation, even passing off my projects as her own. Frustrated and broken, I confided in my friend Mark. "You have to set boundaries. Stop letting her control you," he said firmly. I started documenting every incident, every insult, and every injustice. I was done being a victim. The breaking point came during a crucial meeting when Karen publicly shamed me for missing a deadline. "I gave you extra time, but you still failed," she yelled. I stood up for myself for the first time. If my team members didn't provide their parts on time, how can I be solely responsible? I argued. Her anger was visible. "Maybe this job isn't for you." I realized then, I had to fight back. I sought therapy, leaned on my supportive friends, and regained my self-worth. I reported Karen's behavior to HR with my documented evidence. Though difficult, I began applying for new jobs where respect mattered. It was the hardest decision of my life, but necessary. My new job was a breath of fresh air. My new manager, Sarah, valued me and my work. I started feeling confident again. The scars Karen left were deep, but healing had begun. I shared my story with friends and my therapist, gaining strength. I learned that self-worth is non-negotiable and that toxic relationships must be left behind. The journey was tough, filled with tears and battles, but I reclaimed my life and confidence. If you're trapped in a similar toxic relationship, know you are not alone and you deserve better. Share your story or seek help. Your voice matters.